Baby like, ooh, ayy, finally got that deal, got a pen in my hand. Ooh, ayy, like how you tryna buy who the hell I am? You can keep your cash, I'm not that broke. I won't sign no contracts, I do me. Y'all are canceled, stealing people's dreams, how can you sleep? It's all rap hoes, throwing cash in Lambos. I'm independent till I'm dead, I quit the music industry.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is a little, I don't even know what to call it, but I have a friend that's in need and I decided to step up and I'm going to do something about it. And this is some stupid crap. All right. I know we're using Fauna Radio, but it kind of has to do with Fauna Radio, but then it doesn't. I have a friend that did an interview on someone's podcast that was sponsored by somebody else, and people are giving him crap about it. So, what I want to know is why are you guys judging somebody for doing a podcast because it's sponsored by somebody else that you don't like? It's kind of BS. So I got tons of people that don't like me, and I could care less about that. I don't care. But I'm going to call this out the way it needs to be called out. I mean, it really upsets me. I was just talking to this friend, and I told him something, and I thought he was taking it wrong. But then after I started reading his messages, I was like, wait, this is deeper than what I just told him. And I'm going to get into why and what it is. And you guys can share this with everybody. You can share it with anyone you want because it's my word. I don't care. But someone was interviewed on a podcast that was sponsored by Frank of Geeky Geckos. I don't like Frank of Geeky Geckos. But this person that did an interview on a podcast that was sponsored by Frank of Geeky Geckos, why would I judge him for that? He did a podcast, guys. And he's speaking the word and spread on. He actually told me about it before he went on that podcast. I said, go speak your word, man. Get your knowledge out there. Screw the haters. Me not liking Frank and Frank sponsoring that podcast, I could care less. Go do your thing. I never thought nothing different of him. Nothing. If he went on Geeky Gecko Creations and did a live with Frank, I would not think any less of him for that, because him doing a live on Geeky Gecko Creations does not change who that man is. I have a problem with Frank. I do not have a problem with that person. I will tell my friends that are connected or want to do something with him. I will tell him what happened. I will tell you guys what happened right now. I'll tell you guys. Frank came to me many times, and I helped him every single time. Then he would twist my word and say, if I didn't do it my way, if he didn't do it my way, that I hated on him. No, I just took time out of my day. I'm a very busy person. Took time out of my day to help him with certain things. And then his repayment was, I wasn't happy with what he was doing. His repayment was stealing my pictures and putting them on YouTube thumbnails to sell his product. And when I asked him nicely to take it down, he didn't do it. I literally had to report it into YouTube like 30 times and talk to YouTube to get it taken down. That's my problem. My problem isn't that he keeps his stuff in small Tupperware bowls. Nothing to do with me. My problem isn't he's breeding lemon frost. Nothing to do with me. Do I agree with it? No. But to have somebody sit there and put down another young upcoming breeder that has morals more than I do, that is pushing stuff and does a lot for the hobby already, because he did a podcast on someone's podcast channel that's sponsored by Frank of Geeky Geckos. If that's you, if you're watching this, hate me too. I actually was going to have a podcast and have Frank on, and I was going to talk to him and sit there and try to get him to think how I was, where I was coming from. Not think how I was thinking, but think how, where I was coming from. But now I got people ganging up on another breeder that they don't even know. He just did a podcast, and what he does, I'm actually mind blown. I just cut Frank out of I just cut him out. I was like, done. I'm gone. It's done. It's over there. But to judge this guy for doing a podcast that's sponsored by Frank and actually slam him is pathetic. Do I like Frank? No. Is it for the same reasons that you might not like Frank? Probably not. I can't change him putting stuff in Tupperware bowls. I laugh about it. I don't agree with it. Them little Tupperware things and putting 2 geckos, I don't agree with it. I don't have to agree with it. Do I agree with him going backwards and going into group breeding because it was done 20 years ago and I'm going to individual breeding? I don't agree with what he's doing. And I've given my opinion on it before. He didn't take it. So what? Has he taken stuff that I've said to him and twisted it around and put it on his YouTube videos and said things and said them wrong? 100%. But to judge another up-and-coming breeder that actually cares about this hobby is pathetic. I'm like shocked by it. I thought it was when it was happening. He said, "I'm getting some backlash from this." I'm like, "Go do it and spread your word, man. Spread your goodness. Spread what you believe. Spread that USARK thing." And I mean, just do you, and people will forget about the sponsor of that podcast. Because ready for this? If you use Facebook, if you're on Facebook right now, freaking PETA owns part of Facebook. Get the hell off of it. So just because you're on Facebook, do you support PETA? This is ridiculous. I can't believe it. Not doing it. Game of Morph said this is 2 cents. Is he wouldn't do it. I talked to Texas Kid about it, and all he knows is how I feel, and I'm not judging. That's fine. Texas Kid doing it, just because you wouldn't do it doesn't mean I'm going to make Texas Kid not do it. And Texas Kid is the one I'm talking about. Texas Kid did the interview. But it's not his fault. What Geeky Gecko does. I'm not mad at any single person. But just because I have a beef with somebody doesn't mean I'm going to make Texas Kid have a beef with them. I mean, I would hope that certain people would see what he's done and say, hey, I don't support him. But doing someone else's podcast that was sponsored by him, if you're on Facebook, you're supporting PETA then. PETA's got a large clause in the Facebook and Instagram. What's up? 100%. Texas Kid, 100%. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because you did a podcast doesn't mean you agree with everything that's on that podcast. People's come on my podcast. I guarantee they don't agree with everything I've done. And I do. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm actually, I honestly can't. I honestly am mind blown. And I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry that I didn't know that was going on. And my messaging you today, what I messaged you, had nothing to do with telling you what to do. I was just giving you my input on a few things. And bro, when I read I am mind blown that anyone would be putting you on any sort of blast for doing a podcast. Cause I watched that podcast, man. You did you, and there's nothing you said that you should be ashamed of. I'm mind blown. So let's be honest, guys. Frank's got 40,000 subscribers. I just found this out because of what people are doing to Texas reptiles. The Texas Kid is getting blasted for it. That's not what we stand for. You don't like Frank, don't like Frank. If you don't like me, don't like me. Okay? But don't blast someone just because they were on a podcast for 1 hour. Don't judge Texas Kid for an hour, 2 hour podcast that he did that someone sponsors. But the thing is I love Seth. Seth's my homie. I love Seth. Seth is one of the most I would say the most moral bounded person I know. And so is Texas. That's what I'm trying to say is And I don't know MJ. I don't watch MJ. I just learned of MJ, and I'm not saying that he's not cool. I don't know anything about MJ. The only thing I know about MJ is my buddy Sean Bradley, and MJ had like a falling out or something happened in there of something to do with a podcast. I don't even know all that. That's the only thing I know about MJ. I have no clue. I don't have any interest in watching that podcast with Frank. I don't. I'm more upset that people are judging my homie Texas kid for doing a podcast. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I've never even listened to MJ. The thing with MJ was Sean Bradley, I guess, had a problem with a title. I remember talking because I'm friends with Sean Bradley, and there was a title, something about did he ruin the ball python market or something like that. Sean had a problem with it, and then they had to change it up, and then they were going to blast each other on the podcast. It never happened. Sean did his own and brought Kevin on, and that was kind of rebirth of bullshits. I think that now don't quote me. Sean's my homie. I love Sean. But Sean's not everyone's cup of tea either, but I do like Sean. And people just mad because they don't get asked to be on a podcast. I'm just over trying to fit in. I don't want to bother you, Gary. I was going to ride with you regardless what I've been going. Brother, you aren't bothering me at all. I'm actually upset. That's why I came on. I think of you as a friend. You did not bother me at all. And see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you another thing. Texas Reptile, I keep saying Texas Reptile, Texas kid Tristan is giving away stuff to promote Repti-Post that I've done nothing for him. And he's promoting Repti-Post and giving away stuff. And there's other people that's doing the same thing for me. There's a group of 4. They just did that. I mean, it was just like, here, this is our idea. We're going to do this. And people are blasting for a damn podcast interview. I mean, the bottom line, guys, is I've helped Frank a lot. If you don't know that, and he doesn't tell you that, I helped Frank a lot at the beginning of his, I don't know what to call it. When he came in, he was losing geckos. He was doing this. He was messing up, and he was doing this and doing this. Let's be freaking honest. We breed leopard geckos. A 2-year-old child could do it. It's very, very simple. And now I've given him my opinion. He didn't take my advice, and I'm going to tell you he doesn't need to take my advice. But at the same time, I don't need to like what he's doing. My problem with him, where it ended, was him stealing my pictures. I bust my butt on to sell his product. That was my cut. I tried to help him. I tried over and over and over and over. And there's stuff that I don't even tell you guys what went on. I won't tell you guys. Dude, I got your back, bro. You did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Freaking A. You did a podcast. To get your name out there more. And maybe, just maybe, grab onto some people going down the wrong way to come on and go to Texas Kid Reptiles and listen to what he's saying. Push USARK. I am so upset about it because most of the people that are in the reptile world, this is another reason I'm upset, kind of, Texas Kid. And this is a selfish thing. Most of the reptile people are upset that Facebook is banning their stuff and banning animals, right? So I make a Repti-Post and say, we just all need to go over there and post and get the traffic over there. And it's me. And then, so people don't do it, but you come on and do a giveaway and they're going, that's amazing. But the people that aren't coming over are still posting on Facebook that's supported by PETA. So when Facebook makes money, PETA makes money. I'm so lost. Bro, I don't know any names, and I don't dig a who did it. I'm just saying this so anyone knows, everyone knows that watch Fauna Radio that I do not like Frank. it's deeper than what people think. People think it's because of lemon frost. Guys, there's more people breeding lemon frost than you know. I don't agree with it. All him doing breeding lemon frost is I will not sell to Frank and I will not buy from Frank. That's all it is. I don't care if he comes in and goes, Gary, I will give you $1 million for these 3 geckos. That does not change my morals. I will not change my morals and go on his podcast or whatever he does now to get clicks over to Fauna Radio. I don't care. I'm not about the clicks. I don't care about the number of people on YouTube subscribing to me. I don't care. I'm going to be me no matter what, and I'm not going to change it to get clicks and to get people listening to my podcast. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to tell you guys that if Josh, okay, I'm going to give you an example, Josh. We know people that we're going to do an interview with Frank. I wouldn't think anything different of them. I was going to. I actually wrote out in a chat that you're in and says, I'm going to do an interview with Frank. I want to do it properly. And I wasn't going to argue. I was going to try to talk to him and come to some mutual understanding. It was more about Gary bashing Frank and do it to bash Frank than there is. In that chat, I do laugh about stuff. What's up, Noble? How you doing? So I wasn't planning on doing this. I literally talked to Texas and I was just talking to him. I was telling him something and this came out and I'm like, dude, it's still what? I thought that was over. That podcast wasn't bad at all, man. What? Guys, just because I don't like Frank doesn't mean you don't have to. If you like Frank, you like Frank. If you like Brian Barczyk, you like Brian Barczyk. If you like Jay, you like Jay. Josh, in my opinion, okay, here's my opinion about him. You say he needs to be shut down. I think a lot needs to change with him. I do. But that's my opinion. I'm not a big cancel culture person. I put a lot of time and I would sit on my phone typing out long messages to him to try to help him. Nothing about like morals of lemon frost. It was like he was losing geckos at one time and I tried to help him with that. And he came to me about the holes in the containers and I said, I've never done it. I'm fine. It's good. But I didn't tell him one way or another. And then he went on, I think he made a video and even said that I don't do it and I don't have problems. That type of thing I didn't have a problem with. He came to me and then he put on there that he talked to me and I don't use holes in my containers. That didn't bother me that much. What crossed the line was my pictures. Because he sells lemon frost. And the thing was he had lemon frost up for sale at that time when he used my picture. And it really, really hit home with me. So does he need shut down? I don't know. I don't care. He's got 40-something thousand subscribers. I just went on his page. I was talking. I went there. I'm like, I need to get some information. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, whoa, he's up to 40,000 subscribers. So I don't know how he got the subscribers. I'm not even going to. You could pay for subscribers. You might have got them organic. I don't know. I don't care. What I care about is a friend of mine that is a good guy. He's a good guy, a good man that does a lot that people don't know about. Getting bashed for doing a podcast that wasn't even Frank's. And they shouldn't be slandered. Now, there is a difference between slandered, though, and the truth. So if something's the truth, okay, so let's say this. Let's say I say Frank breeds lemon frost and produces lemon frost. You could take that information, do what you want with it. That's the truth. Now, if I sit there and say, how could I say it? If Frank does, I don't want to say anything slanderous, but if I make up lies about him to get people not to purchase from him and it's actual lies, then that is slander. Or if it's libel, if it's written, I don't know the laws all the way, but I could say fact. So if someone sits there and goes, Gary owns Fauna Radio, and you don't want to buy geckos from me because of that, that's the truth. I can't do nothing to you. But to get upset at you because Frank sponsored a guy's podcast and you did the podcast, I mean, we are reaching now, guys. Our hate for a person is getting so bad that it's affecting another good breeder. I don't know. And if he did put down Seth and he was slamming Seth, I mean, I'll defend Seth to the end of the day. That Seth's one of my homies. Uh I really dislike the whole Frank thing. Am I jealous because he's got 40,000 subscribers? No, that doesn't bother me. I mean, guys, I was bigger than Snake Bites TV with my original YouTube channel. Now Snake Bites TV has, I don't know, millions of subscribers. Am I jealous? No. Of course, Brian Barczyk's going to get more. Of course, Frank's going to get more subscribers than me. He makes more content than I do. He makes more content. Is Frank up to a day, one a day, or I don't know. It doesn't matter if you found out who the sponsor was, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Dude, it honestly doesn't matter. You could still do that podcast. I like I said, I don't think less of you. I don't. I don't think anything less of you. For doing the podcast. When you talked to me about it, I was like, go do it. I'll say it right now. I told him to go do it. I told Tristan to go do it. I was like, go do your podcast. Be you. Show people who you are and bring people to you. And maybe you can gain some fans and some new customers and some people that follow you. And I mean, he pushes USARK. He pushes all the right things. I mean, here's what I've gotten. Rainbow Mealworms I'm friends with Rainbow Mealworms, and I went to him about sponsorship of Fauna Radio. I was told I don't do sponsorship. Got it. Frank does sponsorship. Got it. Cool. Slap in my face. Whatever. Who cares? It is what it is. Redline Shipping sponsors them. Awesome. Who cares? Redline Shipping, Reptiles to You, all them people, all they are is a hub that let you have a license. That's all they are. They are not the shipping company. I'll go through FedEx. So you go through Redline Shipping, they give you a little discount because they ship so much, so they get a bigger discount, and then Redline Shipping gets a little bit of money. And Reptiles to You get a little bit of money. Reptile Express gets a little bit of money. If you go ship through Reptile Express or go ship through Reptiles to You, there is no difference. You are shipping through FedEx. Come on, we're not that dumb, right? We're not that dumb, right? Dude, I don't. If he's a face, he's a face. I don't know. I don't care. Because I've seen people like him before. It doesn't matter. I know that he said that it's really hard to make a living with leopard geckos. I don't know, leopard geckos. I mean, I've been doing it. I was so disappointed. I honestly didn't know, and that's my fault for not paying attention, Texas. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have any issues. You shouldn't have any issues doing a podcast. Cancel culture sucks. So Frank has a channel, guys. There's nothing you're going to do about it. All you can do is stop watching his videos. If you do not like him, stop watching his videos. We're not going to be able to take his stuff down. We're not going to be able to put him out of business. No one's going to there's going to be people, and if you guys have not learned about Brian Barczyk yet, Brian Barczyk, I love Brian. Even though we don't talk, I love Brian. No one can ever change my mind that man does not love animals. You can't change my mind. I've seen it. I've seen it. So people, by hundreds of thousands of people, have tried to shut down Brian. It's not going to happen, guys. All you can do is control yourself. But to judge Texas for doing a damn podcast that's sponsored by Geeky, I don't even know what to say to that. Because most of us post on Facebook and it's sponsored by PETA, a company that wants to take everything that you have and take it away. Take everything you want and you have. Dude, fire. Yeah. Dude, do you? So I'm not mad at any one person, but if you're taking it out on Texas kid, send him an apology. Stop. Think about it. You don't like Frank. Awesome. I don't like Frank. I don't like him. I hate that I can't, I hate that I'm even talking about him, but it needed to be done. I don't like the man. But you might think it's because of lemon frost, or you might think it's he puts the stuff in a small container, or he's group reading again, or this. When he was making up stuff as he went, making videos and contradicting himself and saying the wrong stuff and saying little things and saying this, that upset me, but it didn't put me off of him. If you guys didn't notice, if you weren't watching me close enough, as soon as he stole my pictures, that's when it happened. If he never did that, I don't think it would have been that big of an issue. He'd have just gone his way and I would have went mine. But him still done saying it was fair use. Got it. And he did that just to take a jab at me. That's what he did. He can do his podcast on MJ. He can have people come over or do his podcast. I don't know. I honestly don't know if Frank did that. I don't know. I was told that if feed egg-bound sick geckos to his tegus. Was that just a rumor? I honestly don't know. Now, I will tell you this. I do feed eggs to my Nile monitor, and I feed any gecko that does pass away to my Nile monitor. The babies. When you get an egg that not hatched, you cut it open as baby, or a baby that comes out and passes away, I feed them right away to my Nile monitor. I mean, they're what? 5-10 a year out of my thousands. I mean, seriously. So I couldn't tell you. What's up, my fellow breeders? Love you all. Hope you all have a great season. I don't know who Ross Farm is, but thank you. Oh, Gabe, there we go. We know what Gabe's up. What's up? Yeah, so I do feed that, but now would I ever feed a live animal to my knowledge? There's no way. So I don't want to say he did that or not. I don't watch enough of his videos to find out. I used to watch his videos and I would go in this big loop and I would be upset about what he said because, I mean, he was like, history doesn't matter, but history matters a lot to me because if we don't know our history, we repeat our history. And so he was crapping on what I did. I don't know if he wanted what I have. Guys, every single one of you are better breather than me. Yeah, I don't care if I'm the best. I don't care. It doesn't bother me if you guys are all better than me. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to go to my shop and I'm going to breed my geckos and I'm going to do what I do. I don't care that I have a facility. Some people want I want my geckos back home. Everyone's like, oh, you've got a facility. It's so cool. No, it's not. It sucks. I can't go in my next room over there and pull gecko eggs tonight. My geckos are a half hour away from me. That's where they stay. So yeah. What's up, dude? How you doing? So, guys, if anyone's out there listening, don't judge someone because they do a podcast that someone sponsors. It doesn't matter. If you don't like somebody, don't mess with that person. I wish I could. I don't want to. I want kids to be able to watch this stuff. This is a stupid thing anyway, but it needed to be done because someone that's good is being judged because someone else's YouTube channel that people don't like sponsors another YouTube channel he did a podcast on. I mean, that is getting really, really petty. It's petty. I mean, let's be honest. Watch this, guys. Let's be honest. Maybe I suck because I've been doing this for so long and Fauna Radio has been going on for so long and we got, 160 subscribers and he comes in and he's supposed to suck so bad, but he's got 40,000? You guys, I mean, you guys are all loyal subscribers. You guys come. I got our fan base. I love you guys. But seriously, I'll never do what he does to get clicks. I won't do it. But it is what it is. I'll never hate somebody. I wouldn't care if any one of you guys went and did an interview on his channel. I would not hate you for it. I would voice my opinion, say this is why I wouldn't do it. And if you chose to do it, I would not think anything, but it is not your job to take care of my feelings. And ready for this big thing? It's none of your damn business what someone else thinks of you either. I know stuff about Frank I'll never say publicly. But Frank did used to come to me a lot. He has not. I don't know because I think I blocked him on a lot of stuff. I think Instagram might be the. I don't know. Maybe I haven't. I did for a while. Brother, I got your back, bro. I got you. So, do you? And I agree with you. All the BS is hard to listen to, guys. It's just hard. So, I mean, quit judging other people because they do a podcast interview, guys. Support the people that you really want to mess with. When you want to be in their corner, you want to support them people. Support them. And the people you don't want to, don't support them. Don't talk to them. Cut them out. When it comes time to buy geckos, vote with your money. Vote with your money. But still, I always say this. I'm going to say this over and over. You're a reptile person and you judging someone else like that, and you on Facebook, you supporting PETA? I mean, seriously. Oh, I stopped reading. I'm sorry, guys. I had friends literally killing each other. I enjoy not letting dumb people move my dial. Inner peace is so important. And that's it. Noble, you another one. I mean, I did. Honestly, I don't even know Noble family geckos that well, and they're doing something for me for Repti Post. I mean, you guys rock. But let's get off that. Stop judging people because they do other podcasts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys. It just doesn't. If someone sponsors another person, it doesn't matter. Support who you love and don't support the people you don't. Move on. We good with that. Fauna Radio is going to happen this Friday. We got a lot of stuff to talk about because we got the contest and Repti Post and stuff like that. We also have, maybe we'll get Texas Kid on again. Because ready for this? All the sponsors, all the sponsoring and all that other stuff. Fauna Radio don't have one paid sponsor, not one. Well, no, I can't say that. I can't say that because Scaled Up does stuff for me and I do stuff for Scaled Up. But Scaled Up's my homies. I love them people. That's my homie. That's my homie. Random question. Let's do some random questions. I've got a gecko with a small amount of stuck shed on her tiny, on her. Any tips to help get it off? I just got her back from a nephew. Easiest way, dude. Take a Q-tip. Take a Q-tip. Soak it in some water a little bit and rub real gently. If it's on the tail area, you can soak the gecko too. If it's on the toe tips, the reason I say do not yank it off the toe tips, we don't know our pressure and you can break their arms pretty easily. I did that once about 8 years ago. I was trying to get toe tips off and I'm rubbing it and I broke the arm or dislocated the arm and it was a really bad thing. So don't do that. But gentle, a Q-tip and rubbing it is good enough. Shed Aid, if you got Shed Aid, squirt it on there. That helps out too. Support those people. None of it matters. You got a good channel. That's what I'm talking about. Look at it. Bam, bam, right there. Oh, it's by your eye. Just take regular water, man, and just rub that eye. Just like hold the gecko the best you can and just rub that eye. And do it gentle, and it'll come off. It'll come off. If worse comes to worse, the next shed, if it's not like totally wrapped around her neck or wrapped around her toes or wrapped around tail, if it's just like a piece on the back, it'll come off. Give her a moist hide and it should come right off. Yeah, that's another one. Plain mineral oil works well too. That's a really good one. So, guys, you guys are amazing. I appreciate it. I got 14 people listening to this. It doesn't matter, guys. Just spread positivity. It doesn't matter, guys. I just had a friend that was, needed some words. I handled it. So, you guys are all awesome. I love you guys. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up on Fauna Radio, but I never want to pressure anyone to doing anything with Fauna Radio. All I do is put it out and we do it. My buddy Andrew, he was talking to me right before I went on this live, and I didn't want him to have to be part of this. My because I get on these rants. I just wanted to support my friend. 100% Texas kid. Got your back. I don't think nothing negative of you doing that podcast. Actually, I think it took a lot with you knowing what you knew and then still going on and passing on your word, bro. So keep on rocking it out, guys. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Just keep on going. Just because I don't like someone doesn't mean that you don't have to not like them, and vice versa. We're all grown people. We're all grown adults, guys. I mean, come on. We all don't need to like the same people. You guys can hate me. You guys need someone to be better than me. I'm out.